Hi, Steph. Thanks heaps for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me.
So, we've just been at the conference in Queensland on the Sunshine Coast. How phenomenal was the energy in that room with all those like minded women?
Unmatched. Like, you're just so pumped, so inspiring, so supportive, so much connection. Like, it's just the best.
Absolutely. And so many new things coming as well, which we are all amped for too, which is fantastic.
Yeah, it's just going to help so many more people get out of their own way so much quicker, easier, so they can get on with their lives and be so confident and happy.
Absolutely. And if you're anything like me, that is what I want for every woman out there.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, yeah. So, how did you get introduced to creatrix? Like, what made you even seek this out?
My journey was a little bit funny because I originally knew Maz Schirmer from years prior. And she was in direct selling, and I was in her team, and I would go every week and learn about makeup and skincare and things. But like, really, it was just the vibe she was talking about women being happy at their core and things like that. And I was a teenager and I was just like soaking it up, like, yes, yes. Like, it just felt, I was just like, I just need to go every week. It just feels so good. And I was in a abusive relationship at the time, and I didn't really know, but I was like in a really bad place. And I remember calling Maz once and just saying, like, what do you do when you just feel like there's no point living? And normally, like what I would have expected to come back with is something like, oh, everything will be okay and blah, blah, blah. She was like,
Mm.
it was like my sort of little bit of a reality slap, like, this is your life. You have to be the one. And I'd never really heard that stuff before. And I really remember that being like a really pivotal thing for me. And anyway, years and years passed. I'd gone through so much in my life, like so much stress, so much bullying, so much chronic pain. And I remember reconnecting with her when she was just looking for someone to edit some before and after videos of the women she was working with through her program. And I love video editing, and it's just like a hobby of mine. And I was like, I can help you. She was like, cool. I've got all these things I need to before and after. And I was like, yep, I can do that. And I was just looking at these women and their before and afters, and in the befores, they were just so broken. You could just see, like, it was almost like their soul was just so dim, and they were just so broken, and they just felt so under it all. And I related so much to that. And then I saw the afters and I was like, oh my gosh, like the spark was back. They were just laughing about all the things they had been talking about prior. And I was just like, oh my gosh, what's in the middle? What is the thing? Like, I need this. And I, sort of said, like, do you think this could help? Because I was so connected that to my pain, I thought, because I was in pain, that was causing me to feel overwhelmed and depressed and feeling trapped and not okay and all the things. But obviously it was back the front. And yeah, so I was like, if you can just help me with all the feelings. And she's like, because I can't guarantee to help you with the physical. But yeah, that was just everything. Like, that was my lead in, and it just sort of plopped into my life there, and it was exactly what I needed. And I'd tried so many different things, and I just said to my husband, like, I think this might help. He's like, do it. If you think it will help, just do it. And I really needed that, like, little bit of a encouragement to
Yeah,
go for it.
yeah, yeah. And I relate to that because I've got a beautiful man in my life as well who is exactly the same. He's like, "You're going to the conference. Off you go."
Yes, we love them.
Oh, they're the best, aren't they? They're just like our cheerleader. Yeah, not that men are cheerleaders. I guess they are. Our
Yeah, in their
cheerleaders.
own way.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. When we're not being that for ourselves. So,
Yeah,
yeah, that's excellent. So, wow. So it's been a bit of a journey for you then.
yeah,
Yeah.
has been massive.
So when did you like? So when did you first have your breakthrough?
In 2017.
Okay. Yep. Yep. And so life has changed dramatically for you since then.
Oh yeah, I was living in this like state of worrying so much about what other people thought, and like living up to expectations and
Mm.
putting so much pressure on myself. And all these things. And like, I was just like this big perfectionist, just trying to do the right thing and do all the, like, tick all the boxes in life. And then when I realized that none of that mattered anymore to me, I was just like, wow, awesome, I'm free. Like, because security was a big thing, financial security was a big thing, like all these fears about not having enough and all these things. Anyway, so then myself and my husband, we just like left, like quit our full-time jobs that we'd worked hard to get, rented our house out, sold all of our stuff, and traveled around Australia for 12 months. And we just left, no responsibilities, no nothing, and then ended up living over the other side of Australia where we knew no one. I ended up then sort of starting my business to do, like, doing this for others, and like none of that would have happened. I remember looking at what a transmologist was when I originally started, thinking there's no way that I will ever do that. Like, I looked at it, I was like, nope, that's for a different type of person, not for me.
Welcome to the different kind of person, Steph.
Yeah, it shows I've like literally completely stepped into a different, because there's no way I could have, as old Steph, could have done it. Like the self-belief of a woman that can go and do that was just, there was no way it was there before.
Wow.
Mm.
Wow. I just love hearing all of these stories. It's so beautiful to connect with like the person that you're really supposed to be.
Yes, yes. Uncovering the true you.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. That's the name of Steph's business, if anyone wants to look her up too. So, if there were any ladies out there that were keen but a little bit apprehensive, what words would you have to say to them?
That the true essence of you has always been there, and that little girl that you used to be, that just wanted to feel good enough and confident and be able to be herself and just show up the way she wants and not worry about what other people think and go and live life. She's still there. And we've just created these layers of self doubt and criticism and responsibility and all these reasons why we don't honor that. And it's really hard to get back to it. So it's really just knowing that you deserve that, and like knowing that this is like connecting with someone that understands how to get you there. And it's just the most beautiful journey to be able to go on for yourself. It's the least stressful, most magical journey back to you, really.
That's beautiful. Thank you for summing that up just so perfectly to end this. Thanks so much, Steph.
Oh, thanks so much for having me.
Anytime.